So today we are doing an 18-minute kettlebell triplet workout, and it's going to be like a home HIIT workout or routine that we can easily put together from home. It's a full body workout, and it's going to be really challenging, but I'm not going crazy today because I could have easily done 3 rounds of each triplet, and you know, a triplet is, as written below, there can be 2 or 3 exercises, but if you have a right side, left side, then I kind of make it into 3 intervals in that particular triplet. So we have thrusters on the right, that's where, just to run through them, racking your kettlebell, clean it into place. You're going to do a front squat, then drive up, and then as you're lowering the weight back down, either you can stop here before you go into your squat, or as it's lowering down, you actually go down with it and then drive back up again overhead, just into a really strong lockout. And then you do all that on one side. Then we do the same again, so loads of squats and then 2-handed swing. So right side, left side, 2-handed swing. Not 3 rounds. This is where it's different. Normally I would just be cruel and do 3 rounds. Today I'm doing 2. 2 rounds of each triplet. But feel free to go ahead and add a 3rd if you want. Imagine doing 3 rounds and you're doing squats, squats, then the next one, squats, 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 squats. No. So then in the next triplet we have alternating reverse lunge. So you can hold a weight goblet style. So here's a couple of options for that actually. You can hold your weight or just do body weight. So you're stepping back into your reverse lunge, keeping your weight shifted into that front leg so you can drive up, shifting side to side. Or if you want, you can hold two light kettlebells or 2 heavier kettlebells down by your side like a suitcase and alternate step that way. Or if you want to add a little bit of more of a core stability challenge, you can do tactical reverse lunge. So you're actually just passing the kettlebell through under. We did this before. And then passing it from the outside of the front leg under, and as you step forward you bring it to the outside of the other side and then repeat. Okay, then burpee. Every week we have a kind of burpee. So this is just your standard burpee, but you can, as usual, elevate your hands if you need to or not. Go down into your plank, so try to keep yourself in deep squat. Put your hands down, either jump back or step back, then either, go down right into your push-up. Jump your feet wide, so that when you stand up, you're either going to squat back up to standing, or you can do your jump. Now you can do that elevated as well, so it's easier if you hand elevate it. Don't have to do push-ups. Alternating swing, then hand to hand, single arm, waiting, snapping the hips, swapping up there. Each time, snap those hips. Let the other arm, just mirror what the working side is doing, right? Because you want to try to because what you're doing in your upper body is going to transfer what you're doing in the lower body, and you want to have them kind of connected so that they're working together, because actually you're working from the ground up, so you want to try to match that. Plus, you have to have it out the front, right, to get the kettlebell. But what often happens is it comes down, gets stuck by the side, and then comes up. So let it swing on back. Let your arms swing. Final triplet then is alternating row. You can either be just bent over, wide stance, kettlebell in the middle, row down to the ground, row down to the ground, or you can actually be, I'll use this, it could be higher than this, just so you're at the right angle, a comfortable angle. Then you can row, swap hands, row. That gives you a little more support, so if you find sometimes that you're doing bent over rows and your lower back gets tired, then just support your upper body and that will help. Okay, then this combination, so it's a little bit different to the original. I've changed probably just one thing I think I've changed, which is this exercise. So originally it was just a plank hold, and that's a bit boring. I don't see the point in being bored. So if you're not bored by planks, go ahead and do a hold. But if you are, let's do something more dynamic. You're still planking, it's just not as boring. So start in your plank, step up, and then do a diagonal knee tuck, so you're working the abs a little bit more. Stepping down into your, let's say plank climber, into a dynamic knee tuck. So I find that's a much more useful kind of plank because you're having to resist your rotation as you're moving. And then you're allowing rotation through your little diagonal knee tuck. Okay, so it's a bit of a mix. Roundabout swing then, one of my favorites. Love this one. So you're going two-handed swing, then you're letting go of one, swinging back to two-handed, release. So single-handed, two-handed, other side, single, back to two. So that's us. That's the exercises. So now we will start into a nice little warm-up, and then we begin. So in between each triplet, we'll take a very short break, like maybe a minute, because if we're only doing 2 rounds, it's not as bad. And the intervals are 25, 35, so also not as bad. The original, if you look at the link below, takes you to the very original one, and it was 15 seconds of rest and 45 seconds of effort. So death. All right, let's do our warm up. I'm going to start with some bodyweight squats. You know, with the thruster, because you're driving up so fast, or you should be with a lot of power, if your knees aren't well warmed up, sometimes you can feel it just like, almost like, not a sprain, but it kind of gives you like a jar. So I want to make sure that your knees are well warmed up for that one. Even though there's no jumping, sometimes just that powerful explosive squat can do that. So let's go into our bodyweight squats. As you get more warmed up, just build up your depth and your speed. 3, 2, 1, 10 reps, off we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. From here, I'm actually going to go just back into a little bit of a hinge. Try to keep your legs a little straighter, but let your whole body flop down like it's a rag doll and feel a stretch through the back of your legs. So you're actually just going to let yourself flop down, tap somewhere near the floor if you can reach it, and back up again. As you do more of these, you should get a little bit farther down. Don't force it, like if you can't do it, just let yourself get that little bit of a stretch. 10 of these, 3, 2, 1, off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, let the head drop, 5, 6, let the back relax, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now we're going to walk out onto your plank. We're going to do some thoracic rotation and hip stuff, and then back up again, walk out again. So we're going to do 3 walkouts and then a little bit of a combination while we're down here. Okay, walking out on your hands into your high plank position. Bring right foot up toward the right hand. Sink the left knee and foot down, nice and relaxed, and then rotate round to the right side, the leg that's forward, waving the hand around, following it up with your eyes, nice open chest here, and back around, hand on the floor. Now sweep that leg back, bring the other leg forward, and repeat on the other side. Same thing, let your chest open up, use that arm to really move through that little wave, or almost like a windmill. Feet back, and now walk the hands back up again. And stand back up. Now we're going to do that 2 more times, same kind of idea, right? So walk out, foot up, sink the other side down, rotate round and back. Swap sides. From here, walk back up again on the hands. The walking back up on the hands is really good, really warming up around those shoulders. It might feel like a workout if you're not used to this in that position. One more time. And rotate. Okay, now this time, once the hips are piped up in the air, then go up on your high tiptoes right up and then plant those heels down. Try to feel that stretch at the back of the calves, or the back of the calves, and then pedal your feet a little bit. And walk your hands all the way back up. And rest there. So to finish with, we're going to do 3 more things. First is dynamic quad stretch. We've done plenty in the hamstrings and the posterior of the legs. Let's do some quads, and then we'll flip around, lie on the floor, and we'll do a series of glute exercises just to get those fired up, okay? And we're going to actually just step or just stand, pull on, you bring one foot up, bring the knee in, bring the hip forward and stretch through this front of the leg, and then press, alternate side to side. Do about 10 in total. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, let me get my little space here, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So now we're going to do 15 glute bridges, and then right away 15 frog pumps, or I think they also can be called butterfly bridges. So 15 glute bridges. Now when we're doing these, you want to try to go pretty fast, so you don't want to be lingering around in the reps. Just try to go like explosively for 15 and move right into the frog pumps. Okay? Don't worry about how high you go, just as long as you're firing up each time, almost like you're trying to do a hip snap. Okay? 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now feet together in the soles, knees out, and then bridge up again. Right, so it's only a little bit of a bridge, so don't worry if you're not going very high. And we're down, that's 5. We'll keep going. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And rest there. Okay, so now we're more aware of our glutes. All right, I'm going to put the fan on, guys. This, I swear, these, all year you look forward to the warm weather, and then when it's here you remember just how humid it is. Alright, so first triplet, 6 minutes of work, thruster and swing. Thruster one side, then the other, then swing. Okay, so choose a weight that you think you can manage for the thruster. I'm going to start with an 8 first round. Actually, probably should start with a heavier one. We have a Limelight. Great routine, you're welcome. And Arthur. Hi guys. So Limelight is the name of a bar in Belfast. The Limelight. Okay, I don't know if it's still there, to be honest. So let's start our timer. The first little beep here is our setup beep, so don't get started just yet. And then, after 25 seconds, we'll start. This is where I get indecisive about what weight to use. I might try 12. So, at about 5 seconds, we'll start racking the kettlebell. Okay? 6, 5, rack your kettlebell, get into position for the thruster. And off we go. Squat, drive right up, lock out at the top and catch at the bottom of the squat. Alternatively, you can do a squat, front squat, stop, and then into your press. Down, next squat, etc., etc. But if you want to do the thruster, drive up with your legs more. Keep going. 10 seconds left. Nearly there. Last 2. And rest. Kettlebell down. Now we will get a wee bit of a recovery. Same thing, other side. And 10 seconds. 5. Rack your kettlebell. And off we go. When you're squatting down, try to track your elbow inside your knee. If you're over your legs, you're not going to get as an upright squat. So widen your stance. Okay, coming up on 10 seconds. 10 now. Last 2, 1, and rest. Okay, two-handed swing. Right. Let's see what I can do for this. Probably try this. 20. 10 seconds. Pace yourself in the swing, right? Into your height position. Last 2, 1. Off we go. Snap those hips. Wait for the kettlebell to push you back. Let your arms come down. Snap those hips forward. Keep your toes down so you're not back on your heels. 10 seconds left. Last 2, 1, and rest. But no real rest, because now we have to go back and do our thrusters again. But we're only doing 2 rounds, so we're good. 10 seconds. 5, wrap your kettlebell, and away we go. If you need to rest, rest in your rack or overhead. Coming up, 10 seconds left. Come on, 2, 3 more reps. Nearly there. And rest. It's nice to know there's not a third round. Okay. 10 seconds. Get your head back in the game. 5, rack the kettlebell. 3, and off we go. When you're driving up, really squeeze the glutes. Oh, it's killer. Last 10 seconds. Nearly there. To me. Oh my goodness. That's always harder than I expect it to be. Okay, back to our swings. After this, we get a little bit of an extra break. 10 seconds to go. 5, into position, and off we go. Nearly there, come on. 5. And rest. Alright. Have a quick break. And I'll just start my little timer here. For about 1 minute. Actually, I will do 35 seconds for this, and we'll use the first 25 then off the timer, just to keep it more strict, right? So grab a drink while we rest. Next triplet is alternating reverse lunge, burpee, and alternating kettlebell swing. And the worst thing about humidity is that it's so hard to get that grip. You know, even in the fingers, like as you're holding the kettlebells, just need some chalk or something. All right. When you get a minute, if you ever get a minute, and your hands aren't shaking, let me know where you're watching from. See who's tuning in to these, just so I know what time zone you're all in. All right. I really don't want to hit this, so let's do it. So our alternating reverse lunge can be held with a goblet hold. I'm going to go 8 kilograms. Okay, getting set up. Kettlebell into position, 5. And off we go. Alternating, stepping back, but not putting all the weight in the back leg. Keep all the weight in the front leg. Keep your toe down, your big toe, and grip the floor a little bit if you need to, just to really stabilize your front leg. As you're driving back up, squeeze that little glute to power the leg forward. 8 seconds left. And ready, and rest. Next is burpees. So, I like to have a goal of push-ups in mind here, at least 5 push-ups once. 5. And off we go. Remember to jump wide so that you're upright. 10 seconds left. This is where it gets tough. Nearly there. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Alternating swing is coming up. 10 seconds. I'm going to choose a lighter one because of my grip. 3. Okay. So especially with these, just wait for the kettlebell or push you back. I find when it's a single arm, more people will get the timing off a little bit off. So it's okay to wait, push you back, snap. Wait, push your back, snap. 10 seconds. Last 3. And rest. Going back to our lunges. seconds. Come on, we got this. Final round, this. 3. And away we go. Nice steady pace, I say. Floored. Okay, 10 seconds. Nearly there. And rest. Burpees. Burpees. Okay, 10 seconds. Plus or minus push-ups, plus or minus jumps. And 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Keep going. If I go up on my hands, 10 seconds left. Last 3, 2, 1. Oh goodness, it's killer. Last exercise, and then we get a breather. Alternating swing. Get your hands prepared. Let the kettlebell handle be in your fingers, not a death grip. Last 3, and away we go. Come on. 2, 1, rest. Oh, killer. Okay, grab a quick drink. I'm gonna check comments now. I'll start my wee other timer here. Okay. My beetroot face. Come over here, guys. Let's see. Sarah's watching from Alberta, Canada. 6:30 a.m. here now. She's gonna watch now and do later. John is watching from Manchester. I've been following the workout. I'm shattered. A great workout. Good. So even if you're just getting an idea of what it looks like, that's grand too. And then if you want to look at the original and see the difference, it's quite impressive. This was from 2000. This one was originally from 2013. So 7 years ago, I was doing this with 16 and 20 kilogram kettlebells. So, and I was just as challenged with those weights as I am with these weights today, which is the 8 and the 12 and some of the 20. But it just goes to show that it's not really about the weight, it's about the challenge. So hopefully that will reassure you if you're a little bit, if you're thinking you're behind where you used to be. That was one little shift I made in my mindset to really help put things in perspective. So I'm not mourning that person anymore, but valuing this person now. So let's get into our final triplet, and that is our alternating row. So in between each row you put the weight down if it's, you know, fine to do that, or you can just do a little swap into the other hand. Plank climber, diagonal knee tuck combination. Every time you step up into the high plank position, you do a diagonal knee tuck one on each side, and then back down into your low plank, and then continue that. Then our roundabout swing, and that's us done, right? So let's start this timer. Alternating row is coming up. Okie doke, what weight? I think I'll go 16. Ten seconds. In 5, bend in your position, and away we go in 1. So the idea is to really isolate your upper back without shrugging your shoulders. Let your shoulder blade glide from forward to back and forward again. I think we tend to start with it back and then just pull it, but you want to let that shoulder blade move with your row. 5 seconds, and rest there. Plank climber into diagonal knee tuck. This will be tough on the shoulders. Okay, 10 seconds. So, want to start in our low plank. On our forearms. In 3. And step up. Diagonal knee tuck. And stepping down. Stepping up. Try to keep your hips pretty level as you're stepping up and down. Seconds. 5, 3, rest. It's tough enough, that one, just to hold yourself in that position. Roundabout swing. Let's see what I could do with the 16. 10 seconds. In 5. 2-handed to start, then into single. So 2, let go, do 1, back to double. Last 3, and rest. Oh. It's a tough enough one. One more round and then we're done. 10 seconds. Back to our row. 3, into position, and away we go. Nice flat back if you can. If you're struggling with that, you might need to sit back more into your hips or give yourself a supportive thing out in front here. Let your legs support you, really like wide stance, nice and strong. 10 seconds. Three, and rest. Don't know, these last two exercises are gonna kill me. Okay, 10 seconds. In 3, and off we go. Plank climber combo. Use your breath as you're bringing your knee up. Exhale and exhale. 10 seconds. Last 3. One rest. Final exercise. Roundabout swing. Okay. I have to use 12. My grip, my fingers are so slippery. Okay, 3. And off we go. Good, keep going. 10 seconds. Last 3. Oops, that was a bit of a blooper. Okay, and we're done. I'm so eager. I was so eager to stop. Okay, now walk it out and then grab a quick drink and we'll do a little stretch out here in a second. So, one thing I've been asked to do is run a live kettlebell workshop via Zoom or other software, and to have that two-way communication or ability for me to see what you're doing. And it would be like a small group, it wouldn't be massive. But I was trying to limit the numbers so that you could get more value from it, more individualized. Is that something that you might be interested in? If so, then either leave a comment below or actually reach out to me via email or DM on one of the social platforms. You can find me at Equipped with Strength, equippedwithstrength.com, and use the chat box there to get in contact with me. Just let me know, see if there's enough interest in it. Okay, cool down, let's do it. I'm already doing these live kettlebell skills workshops with members of Equipped with Strength, but it was something that I was approached about, just to have a more public facing one that you could just do that type of thing. So that's why I'm asking. So what we're going to do now is actually just start on the floor, face down. We'll start there and then we'll work our way back up to standing. So we want to walk down or just get down onto the floor. We're going to lie in our front, reach around, stretch out our quads a little bit. But the most important thing is, as always, is it's less about the stretch and more about relaxing, letting yourself go back to a normal state after all that effort. Okay, other side. Okay, from here, just go up a little bit onto your forearms, letting the low back get a little bit of extension, and it's just really passive, right? So you just want to relax into it. Don't force it, just hang out where it's comfortable. And relax, let your back, let your abs, let your shoulders relax. And now from here, actually go up onto your up onto a high plank for a second, and then bring one knee and foot up, and you're going to lay it down diagonally so that your right knee is up toward your right wrist, just as far as you can go, and then the right foot is diagonally down just at the moment. You can bring it further up, but try just get into this position, and you're going to feel a little bit of a stretch through the hip, but then from here, from your hands, just go down onto your forearms and hang out in this position, but try to lean into the side that's up, because I think the tendency is to shift away from that stretch, but just hang out on it and where it's comfortable. And again, just relax, like just as much as you can. If you're struggling to relax, then you might have got into a position that's too much. So just back off a little bit, maybe come back up onto your hands. So now we're going to scoot that leg back and do the other side. Leg up and under. And you can kind of shift down a bit and then down onto your forearms. Exhale, relax as much as possible. It's hard. And then from here, scoot that leg back into this high plank onto your hands and knees. And now from here, just sink the back down, head and tailbones pointing up into like a cow. Now reverse that, head and tailbone pointing down, and arch your back up into a cat. 2 more of these, back into the cow. Nice little loosening up of the back. And last cat. And now from here, bring your toes together, knees out wider, hands out in front, and then push back, bring your butt down, sit on top of your feet, and stretch your lats by pulling against the floor, stretching down the sides. And now from here, you can place your forehead on the floor, relax your arms, relax everything, take 3 to 4 deep breaths, nice filling up the whole body, and then releasing slowly and relaxing as you do. 3 or 4, and then we'll be done. One more breath. Exhale. And back up. Nice and slowly, just sitting, and then gradually stand up again. So, just check for, oh, I keep thinking I'm on, it's funny. I was checking my phone because the chat box on the site, when I'm doing these live classes during the week for members, I'm usually getting the messages through my phone, but I'm not with it this morning. So Barbara, I'm so glad there was only 2 rounds of each section, challenging but great. Yeah, I'm so glad too. Because all week we've been actually even last Sunday we did a 3-rounder of triplets. Triplets have been in this, for the last 2 weeks, but yeah, I was glad just to do 2. So 18 minutes, like that's kind of, and think of how much we did there. Like you hit the legs, it's a lot of volume with even those 2 rounds. So the only one, probably the only exercise that I might have, or 2 exercises would be the alternating ones. You might, because you're only alternating, you're getting that. But if you go heavier, then I would, if you're doing 2 rounds, you see, if you're really stuck for time and you don't really have, you could actually do each of these triplets, like 1 triplet is a whole workout. Think of it like in your first triplet, you're doing a squat, a press, and a swing. It's full body, more or less. Alternating reverse lunge, burpee with push-ups, and then alternating swing. You're hitting anterior and posterior chain, and you're getting cardio and a bit of strength in there too. Alternating row, plank climber, and roundabout swing is also a nice enough little workout. So if you're struggling and this whole thing seems like too much of a chunk to bite off all at once, then just break it up and do those instead. especially if you're battling a bit of consistency issues, like you're really struggling to get on track, just make it really easy to build that consistency first and then expand. So get really, really like small and then build things out. Okay everyone, I should be back next week around probably the same time, and I look forward to seeing you then. And thanks for showing up today. Hope you enjoyed the workout, and I'll chat to you soon.